I think you would love Vacation Adam, because I treated that as a mini vacation. Technically
Yeah.
jobless Adam, I think you would really like, because every day I'm waking up, it was kind of chilly out. I still put on Hawaiian shirts every day. No undershirt either. The chest hair just flows out a bit. Kind of cracking a White Claw close to 1, maybe noonish. Just loving life, man. I did the dishes in the morning, so I think I'm good for the rest of the day to be day drinking. Doesn't work that way, apparently, I got told, but anyways.
Jumps down and slides down the hill. I see shots going above his head.
So she's like, oh, great, on her one day off, you're trying to romance this Pan Am chick. I'm like, honey, it's V, it's not me, come on.
Brought back some old Catholic school memories, did it?
Oh, man, yeah, you just... Okay, you know the DMV slaw?
I know you're going with this.
Yeah, this guy.
You're listening to On the Rewind.
Okay, and welcome back to On the Rewind, broadcasting on Amherst Island Radio 101.3 FM. We also have extended editions, and we also post the whole thing on Spotify, Amazon, pretty much anywhere that you're going to listen to podcasts. We're going to be there ready for you to listen. Okay, so I'm going to go to our traffic report. Special interruption coming from Derek McCauley. Heard you had a little bit of trouble coming into the studio today, Derek. Can you let us know about that?
Yeah, crashing in today, I ended up getting nearly avoided getting T-boned.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, just, my right away to turn left, and buddy tried to gun it.
Yeah. Oh, what was he driving, by the way?
It was 22.
It's always the newer cars.
A Toyota.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Hyundai Elantra. I don't know. Those guys are always reckless, but
yeah. But it was yeah. He ended up hitting like his car was low enough. It didn't hit my taillight, because my truck's high enough. But beneath it was he damaged a little bit of the plastic, and behind that plastic is the structural for the trailer hitch.
Okay.
So
yeah.
my plastic got damaged a little bit. His car looked like his Jealous X came with a baseball bat.
Yeah, I would think so. Especially that's the problem when it's like low in a truck, right?
Yeah.
Just relatively, I don't know street names. Like, was this inside K-Town, outside?
Yeah, it was inside K-Town on the way out. He was coming from the highway. I was heading towards the highway.
Ah, yeah. All right.
So he was. I was going, 40 for my left hand because
Yeah.
I'm going from a stopped, and then he's, coming from the highway.
Yeah. Great.
He slammed on the brakes last, and he honked, and I glanced over and hit the gas, and thankfully, because he honked, I was able to get mostly out of the way, because otherwise he probably would have hit me dead center.
Yeah. So that's great.
And instead it was I'm pretty sure he's the one at fault, considering it was the regular yellow, but I was already, when it was green, ahead of the stop line.
Yeah.
To pull for my left-hand turn.
Yeah.
And then it went yellow. A couple cars went by. There was a gap. Other vehicles should have slowed down because it's about to go red. And I go for my left.
Yeah.
And then ding.
Great.
Yeah. And so instead of, I'm gonna get gas. Oh, that gas station's busy. I'm just gonna go up Princess and hit one of the gas stations there and go on the 401 from there. It was, okay, I guess I'm turning around going to the precinct, because he stopped down the street from a little bit further down. I finished my left hand and pulled over, and I realized, okay, I'm in a really unsafe area. I can't check the vehicle here, so I pulled into the nearest parking lot.
Yeah.
And then I look over, he's gone. I'm like, all right, hop out, take a picture, go shoot over to the police station. I was already halfway through filling up my report when he showed up, so it wasn't a runaway. So we talked, we exchanged the number. We actually, I wasn't sure how it was going to go.
Oh, you never do.
Out.
Yeah.
So after we filed the report, he reached out and we had a little talk about, it's like, okay, like the work that needs to be done on my vehicle, I can do myself. It's not much.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go talk to a guy, see if he can get it done cheaper than his deductible. and
Okay.
then neither of us will end up filing, or he might end up filing if he needs to, and then. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure he's the one that's at fault. So
You are. We are not admitting guilt at all on this podcast
yeah,
whatsoever. And this is all satire. But yeah, so
but
great.
leave it at that.
Yeah. Jesus.
But on one thing, I kind of still got the cassette tape of Speaking
Yeah.
winding in my lap. Is have you seen what's going on with like the rap game? All the old school guys.
No.
You got Viper being allegedly charged for tying up a woman in his garage and keeping her hostage.
Jesus.
You got P. Diddy, who had all his houses raided, and the day as it's happening, he's hopping on an airplane.
yeah, no, okay. I do know about the P. Diddy thing.
Like, it's just kind of like, I'm not saying you did it, but if you're, getting raided and the next night you're on a plane out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
something's up.
He had some allegations pretty early on from the
He's had a lot of allegations and a lot of settlements.
Oh yeah, but like the worst one was there was this, I forget the name of the guy, but pretty much he was the most unreliable source ever because he said he tried to bring it to P. Diddy himself to get money and he wouldn't give him the money. So now he's telling people, like he incriminates himself throughout the whole thing. And unfortunately we're still in our censored broadcast, so I can't really play any clip of what he said. But yeah, it was just the whole time he's like, yeah, and they went and did this, and like I have the recording, and like I brought it up to him, and like I said, give me a bunch of money, I won't do this. And he goes, no one's gonna believe you. And no one did for years until this all came out officially.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's kind of weird. It's weird how it's all like converging at once.
Yeah, no, and then it's just like there's probably gonna be another story in a few more days about this, that, and the other thing.
Oh yeah.
But it's just kind of like, as far as I know, like Diddy did a lot of producing for people, and he kind of like
Tons.
a lot of like a lot like record companies would stick the younger guys with him. I know there was a couple of people that were like underage. He's bringing them into clubs and exposing them to all that life. And at the time, it's like, yeah, that's just the kind of style of life that they're trying to run. And that was back in like when everything wasn't on Facebook.
Oh yeah, everything's around the world in 2 seconds now. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
I was actually talking to my folks the other day. I said, "It's like, you know what? I'm jealous of your generation." They're like, "Why?" Well, aside from the affordable housing,
there's quite a few things.
My whole life isn't recorded on the internet.
Oh yeah,
your life isn't recorded on the internet unless you wanted it to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Also being able to afford a house and all that. Yeah, there's quite a few things I'd be jealous of their generation of right now. I gotta take over because the segue's too good. Speaking of getting on a plane and just going away, I have officially left this cigarette shop. Little round of applause there. In the same way that the owner was not going to tell anyone that she was firing people and letting everyone off and just selling the business and leaving everyone high and dry. I didn't tell the owner. I didn't tell her at all. I let management know, but yeah, they decided they don't like the owner. They already have a job lined up. They decided, I'm not going to tell until you're gone. So yeah, that was kind of, it was just so sweet because my partner's still there. God bless her soul. Oh yeah, it's not going well for her.
He left it. Yeah, he left her behind.
Yeah, she said hi to the owner in passing, and like the owner just didn't say anything to her. But I heard of the fallout, and she's not happy at all. The owner, goddamn.
Serves her right though.
Oh God. Oh yeah. I don't feel bad. I think it's hilarious that, and all of a sudden, after not mentioning my new place of work in the 5 years I've worked there, all of a sudden she has all this bad stuff to say about it and how they're scam artists and they rip people off. But that's just how she is. She's crazy. My last day was the previous Wednesday. Um, and then on Saturday, this was before the owner knew, the manager contacts me and says, "Hey, I need someone." And I specifically told the manager an end date here and the new boss start date here, so I would have 4 days of just kind of like lounging, just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Saturday got called in. I said no, no. She says, "Please." I say, "Not for anything less than $30 an hour." So your boy got paid $30 an hour to hawk smokes for like 5 hours. Felt pretty good. On the same kind of note, I think you would love Vacation Adam, because I treated that as a mini vacation. Technically
Yeah.
jobless Adam, I think you would really like, because every day I'm waking up, it was kind of chilly out. I still put on Hawaiian shirts every day. No undershirt either. The chest hair just flows out a bit. Kind of cracked a White Claw close to 1, maybe noonish. Just loving life, man. Yeah, I did the dishes in the morning, so I think I'm good for the rest of the day to be day drinking. Doesn't work that way, apparently, I got told. But anyways, worked for me for 4 days. God, yeah. Yeah, you would like me. It was nice. Yeah. I oh yeah, I moved.
So you're acting how the cabins were supposed to be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was if Kayla got like a multi-million book dollar deal and I did not have to like work at all, I would be divorced in like maybe 2 months flat. There I turn into a degenerate. Yeah. Oh, I should have got cigars and just smoked them around the house. Just not care. Um, but yeah, so just wanted to say, love that I left. Started a new job at a cigar shop. Wacky place to work. Um, won't get into too much detail. The one thing I will say, and I've brought up to pretty much every single friend I have, your boy does not like mornings. And it is a 9 to 5 job, Monday to Friday. Who wouldn't kill for that, right? Well, I am kind of a night owl. Usually started work around 1 p.m., finished at 9ish. And yeah, that meant I stay up till about 4 a.m. Kind of wake up last minute, hit Tim's, kind of show up late, and just kind of roll into the shift. 9 a.m.
Not
is
so much now.
No, God, no. I am having a weird self like narrating moment now all the time where I'm like, I'm just a part of the workforce now. I'm part of the normal people. There's traffic I got to worry about now. I don't like that. I actually, speaking of you, yeah, I stopped to get gas actually on my way home from work too, and I had to wait. One, I had to get gas somewhere else that wasn't my workplace. So that kind of sucked. But also, I had to wait. I had to wait for my car to get in. Yeah. Made small talk. I don't like making small talk with people. Yeah.
Did you go to one of the ones where they pump for you, or did you go to one that you self pump?
No, self pump. The guy beside me tried to make small talk.
Oh, that's because of the Ranger.
Yep. Oh, yeah. No, every guy with a Ranger, by the way, you don't need to talk to every other guy with a Ranger. That's kind of just, it's not a prerequisite. I checked the manual twice. But yeah, that's just, it's one of those things. Something I can talk about that is not descriptive enough. There is one guy there, for anyone who's seen Ted Lasso. I have not seen Ted Lasso, but I've seen the advertisements for it and stuff like that. We got a guy that looks exactly like Ted Lasso working with like 25-year-olds. And there's this guy there that plays hard drill hood rap on this huge JBL speaker that like
Yeah.
vibrates the windows. And I love this dad so much. He literally like goes around just like, yeah, oh yeah. And he's just bobbing his head. He's like, he throws up fake gang signs and stuff like that, but he actually is super into it. And he comes up to us and he pats me on the shoulder. He goes, yo, this is my boy right here. And he points to a car out in the parking lot. And this poor old man's like coming out with his walker. And I look back at him. And he goes, ha, I said it's my boy, but it's just an old guy. And then walks away laughing. And I'm like, all right, you're something special. You've been working here too long.
I'm gonna riz him with the tism.
Oh yeah, he's got something going on. Yeah, he's cool, but he's weird. Super nice. Yeah, besides that, it's just, yeah, it's different because I stay at workplaces for really long periods of time. So it's kind of different to have a shift up, start at the bottom of the totem pole, let's say. But yeah. So hopefully that means my crazy work stories kind of de-escalate. But yeah, what about you? Besides car crash, anything else to report on the traffic report?
Not so much of the traffic end of things, but as getting home. So it's the mom's birthday today. So
Oh, happy birthday, mama.
yeah, got our little just a couple of cards there, and then so I was talking to my dad, and it's like, well, did he grab a cake for her? He's like, no. It's like, well, do you want me to go grab one? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then so I proceeded to go ask Julia, hey, you want to go for a car ride? I'm gonna be heading out to go pick mom up a cake, and then I guess he's waiting in the truck because he thought I was just gonna go with him. And then I guess I was like, your dad's waiting for you. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, so I ended up getting a little ice cream cake from Dairy Queen there for her.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
And
I thought this was going to lead to another car crash, by the way.
No, it's got me paranoid though. The entire time I'm like nervous of making left-hand turns right now.
Yeah.
The anxiety while driving is up is a little high right now. So the fact that he was offering the drive and all that, I was just like, all right, yeah, I could use a break.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it's just like after any accident or any ticket, you get nervous for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's in your thoughts.
Yeah. And so we get home, everything else like that. My mom found a kitten.
Aww.
Just out in the wastelands. And so of course she's like, oh yeah, we're keeping it. It's my birthday. I found it on my birthday. We're keeping it, kind of thing. And I'm just kind of thinking, I was like, should we take the cake back? Because my dad does not want another animal in his house by any stretch of the means.
You guys are like, worst part is it's a very big, nice house. You guys are at capacity. You're like, yeah, you need a bouncer at your front door anymore. Like, yeah. Oh my God.
Well, moving home to help take care of the grandmas, and the pandemic happens, and then yeah,
no, just Lucy running around there. God bless her soul. It's like,
yeah. So we're up to 1 hamster, 5 cats, and a dog.
Oh my God.
And 7 people.
Yeah.
Renting in this house.
Yeah, like, man, the animals are gonna have to start paying rent around here. There's something gotta
At
get,
some
man.
point, yeah.
Yeah, like, what is going on there? But
Oh.
what's the name?
Oh God, I don't know. It's yeah, probably. Oh, it's something you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I want to swear.
Oh, okay.
So
Just
bad.
say it. I'll bleep it.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna call. We're at the point of animals where everything aside from my personal animal is just gonna be called shithead.
Nice.
But also, while I'm cutting the cake for my mom, she's holding her newfound kitten, and it proceeds to just projectile pee everywhere. Didn't hit the cake.
Oh my good lord.
But yeah, this is a kitten from outside that's just like, because, well, there's I live in the neighborhood of strays.
Yeah.
There literally just neighbor's barn is filled with strays. My dad's attic of his garage is filled with strays.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
So
it's a problem.
and we knew one of the pregnant cats had its litter up in my dad's attic, and we think those cats moved on, and this kitten got left behind.
Aw. Okay.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's the working assumption.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, well, what do you expect though? You technically brought a wild animal into a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought
And
that.
of course, my aunt and uncle were over, and of course their little one. So it's like it's like it looks like it still needs to get potty trained. I'm like, I just kind of comment. It's like it has no training. It just immigrated.
Yeah, it needs full training. Yeah.
But yeah, so new edition animal wise, accidents, rappers of the 90s, producers of like the 90s and 80s are getting caught up in some sort of storm, and
Yeah.
and we've been playing a lot of Fallout.
Yeah.
For the
yeah.
show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're the wayward for animals. There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice. So what do you think of 76?
I obviously like it because it's Fallout. For context here, played a ton of Fallout 4, tons of it. Always kind of stayed away from 76 for obvious reasons. They had a bunch of problems before, kind of like sneaky microtransactions and stuff. They've obviously fixed a lot. I actually haven't really experienced, well, I haven't at all experienced a game breaking bug. I've experienced like some weird snapping issues with settlement building that you just need to restart and you're fine. But yeah, so far I like it. The only thing I'm having an issue with is all the quests that they're trying to give you all the time. Like, I'm okay with story quests, side quests. That's a Fallout thing. That's fine. There's always daily quests. There's always events happening. There's always some special thing that's happening right now that you gotta get into. And I have a little bit of a problem of wanting to finish stuff, I guess. That's my problem. That's a illness I guess I have. Because I just want to finish it. Yeah. And I also have an issue of Fallout is usually the time it's been over hundreds of hours where I play Fallout and I am by myself, not talking. So it's funny. The first time that we played together, I was like, I didn't know what to do. So I just started saying what I'm doing. I started being like, okay, and I'm
Start being a YouTube commentator.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna start picking up this, and now I'm going over here, and this is what we're doing. So that's still something I'm trying to get over. I'm not paying for Fallout first just to be on my own and go. It's something. It's something. Overall, not gonna stop playing it. Still a good game. Gotta give it that. They've worked on it enough that I would recommend it to people. If you don't care about settlements, then definitely would recommend it to people. Because if you do care about settlements, it's kind of a piss off because you have to find plans to build everything in your settlement. And you really badly, if you're addicted, you want to buy stuff, which your boy did twice.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a new version of Fallout for me, I guess, that I'm having an issue with. Still good, but yeah. Yeah, it takes some getting used to.
The only thing I'll defend about it for its microtransactions is that it is a long-term game. They're still adding content. They're releasing a map expansion.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah,
Open world
and
map
so like
expansion.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they've added a lot of So there's one thing that we haven't done yet on it that I'm really excited for you to get to that point is you get to go to like this casino and solve like a murder mystery kind of thing.
Okay. Are you talking about
Yeah.
the Atlanta City? Atlantic
Yeah.
City? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't done any of that content yet, but I'm excited for us to kind of get to that point. But the big thing with the microtransactions is that firstly, through all the dailies and challenges like that, you can earn easily plenty of atoms, and
Oh
like
yeah.
their season and their before they're like all their season passes and stuff like that. If you actually played the game, like a regular amount, not just my casual an hour here, an hour there, you
Yeah.
could get a lot of the cosmetics that you would have wanted
Oh,
through
definitely.
all their season passes by doing the dailies.
Yeah, it's what prompted me to first actually take the Atom Store seriously was because I earned so much atoms through playing the game that I was able
Yeah,
to buy the Firewatch Tower prefab.
yeah,
And oh my god, that's so nice. That's so nice. I'll talk about my settlement later, but yeah, no, it is a good point that yeah, they do make it optional. It's just if you really want something, then I have an issue with self-control.
yeah. But it's also a way to keep funding it because after the initial buying price point, it's not like the subscription is mandatory. It was actually introduced later to help support the game.
Okay.
Um, for the Fallout first thing, it's like, all right, yeah, you can get a private world with your buddies and stuff like that. We'll allocate you server space if you pay the subscription fee, and then
Yeah.
we'll give you some benefits.
Yeah.
My only ever complaint about it is the fact that your stash has a weight limit.
Yeah, I haven't hit that yet, but I feel like I'm gonna get real angry when I do.
Essentially, what I've had to kind of initiate is sell all the food and meds that you don't use.
Yeah.
To the vendors, and I don't try selling like anything short of like a 3-star, like uh, like named weapon
Okay.
at my vendor thing. I mostly just try and sell the plants and stock up on ammo. Also, one thing I've noticed while using the railgun, because you get so much ammo back more than you actually spend shooting things,
Yeah.
is that I ended up getting my railgun ammo well above like 1,000, and I'm like, man, why is my carrying capacity so like high up? And so,
Yeah.
and then I just dropped that down to where it's like, all right, I'm only carrying 100 on me now.
Yeah.
But
Really cool mechanic that I kind of did some research on for anyone who played Fallout before. The gun you use to kill something does drop, like the body has the ammo in it. So I started with like 25 bullets with this one gun, killed a bunch of guys. I think I ended up leaving an area with like 35. And then it kind of just like Derek said, it kind of progresses where all of a sudden you'll be playing. If you play with a certain gun, all of a sudden you just look down, you're like, I'm carrying 1,000 of this ammo, like no issue. You pick it up. If you loot and play Fallout how usual people play Fallout, you're gonna be fine for ammo wise, which is really nice. Cause yeah, I was worried that I'm gonna have to grind away to get some ammo for this gun.
it's because what you saw me doing, but I also play like these heavily automatic builds where I'm just dumping mags.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of builds. So any longtime listeners probably remember my D&D character, Vicar Talbot. I'm a buff, good-looking vicar in Fallout. I found the
It's actually
pastor's.
2 feet of height because your
Yeah,
vicar was a dwarf.
yeah, yeah. It's funny. I just made this guy really good looking. But yeah, he is he's wearing pastor vestments, and he has Black Flag level of pistols on him, and it's all revolvers and stuff like that. Love it in my head. The lore. absolutely love it because I have all of them favorited. So instead of reloading these, like I have like a pea shooter that you have to reload bullet at a time. Instead of reloading, I just pull out a different revolver and just go to town. And it's so funny because then I have to spend like 4 minutes in a corner somewhere hoping nothing attacks me as I reload every single gun. But yeah, yeah. Oh God, yeah. It's just
You're
because
gonna need to get that one perk that makes your pistols weigh less.
I actually I have it. I needed
Yeah.
it because
Okay.
like it was starting to really take up a lot of inventory. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. It's so fun because that's what I did when I played Fallout 4. I make lore for myself,
Yeah.
so I can like it gets me into it, and I kind of like I build around that. I try and make my character around that. And also I'm going for the Brotherhood of Steel type thing because they've always, especially if you've seen the show, kinda are like they feel religious in some aspects almost, where they
It's
have
a
like
cult.
yeah, right. So I'm like that kind of works with all of it,
Almost every faction in Fallout is very culty.
including the cult members. Yeah, um, yeah. So yeah, it kind of just works really well. Also made well, it didn't make me. I have control issues, like I've said. So now I had to buy all the Brotherhood of Steel stuff for my settlement. Oh God, it's looking so good. God damn, oh,
One
that
thing I'll
is,
give the game credit for is that when we're talking about these builds and stuff like that, is you can swap it out.
yeah,
You want to do something different. You don't have to create a new whole character, start over your save or whatever. It is, and they give you loadouts to respec on, so you can change like your special, like your statistics that make your character,
yeah.
as well as you can. Sorry, go ahead.
Can you swap cards? Well,
Yeah,
okay, okay. Well, I guess yeah, you can do that anyways, but it's more about
yeah,
specing your perks so you can put different cards different places.
yeah.
Okay.
So like if you go to like the loadout card thing, you can go and change your special numbers with the amount of points you have.
Okay. All
So
right.
if you only gave yourself like one luck,
Yeah.
and you've hit the cap for when you get skill points, then you could switch that. Then you're like or special points. You could. It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna drop my strength down a few because I don't need all of these different types of carrying things that were useful early on. I'm just gonna specialize,
Yeah.
and I'll boost those points up into luck, and then get better crits.
Is what's the special point limit if you know it off by hand?
Um, all I know is at level 50, you have all the points you're gonna get.
Okay. Okay.
And then at level and then you get your first legendary perk card, and then at 75 you get another legendary perk card, and now it becomes every 25 levels you get another legendary card.
Okay. Okay.
So like the one I have gives me a chance of my bullets exploding.
I remember. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it
and
freaks you out.
then if you pair that with a couple of guns that already have exploding damage bullets on them,
Yeah.
it goes nicely. Um, Then there's ones where it's like, yeah, you craft an absurdly amount of more ammunition. You pair that with the regular perk, and now you're crafting like 130% ammo.
That is pretty sweet. Yeah, I have the
Um,
one where you find more ammo right now.
yeah, I have the one where I can craft more.
Oh, okay, smart.
But it's and then there's one where it's like, hey, so you never have to equip a pick locking or a hacking one. There's this one special perk card where this one legendary perk card gives you +3 to your pick locking and your hacking.
Oh,
You don't
that's
got to
so
worry about
nice.
allocating that space ever again.
Oh God, yeah. No, that's sweet because it takes up quite a bit of space
Yeah,
for what you need.
when you're
Yeah,
when you're trying to make a build. Yeah,
yeah,
that's why it's like, cause right now I have it to where, okay, this is my build for fighting, and then anytime I do crafting, building, or repairing, I gotta go in and switch out cards, and I can remember to switch them back after I'm done doing all that.
yeah. That's completely. You go in into a fight as a super smart guy that can make anything, but you're useless with a gun. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's smart. Yeah, having two builds.
yeah, but that's just moving the perk cards around. But with
Yeah,
the loadouts, like let's say it's like, all right, I want to be heavy focused, so this build, my strength's at 15, my perception's maybe at like 6,
yeah,
etc. And then it's like, okay, well, this one's gonna be my sharpshooter, so my perception's up to 15. My strength is at like 8 for carrying and weight reduction
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh, and speaking of this game, it's kind of around on the internet. It's been said a few times. Community is so nice.
Yeah,
The
one of the
ca-
nicest communities out there. Like, the only thing that's maybe next to it is I don't think Warframe has ever been a toxic community.
No, I've heard they're pretty nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, it's like they got their events that go on all throughout the map. They got the dailies because it is like a Fallout MMO. You also got to think of it like that because it's like the Elder Scrolls Online, how that's a big MMO and all that.
Yeah.
It's not as big as that by any stretch of the means, but your experience on Elder Scrolls Online is going to be significantly different from Skyrim.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta think about like the level 800s that are rolling around that have done all the primary story stuff, so they have to have something to do.
Yeah. And it gets to the point where a lot of this game is mostly just people's relaxing game
Yeah.
at the end. You got these people that I call ghosts, the people that are like level 600 and above now that have stuck through the game the whole
Yeah.
time it's been patched.
Okay, had a bit of little technical difficulties there. Just coming back. Sorry to cut you off, Derek.
All right, so going on about the builds and such a thing, we were pretty happy with how that system is, and you can swap it out. Nice thing too is you can also keep recustomizing your character. You don't got to create a new one.
Yeah.
So if you want to change some facial features, or you're like, I liked that a year ago, and I'm back playing it again. But they got the map expansion coming. They got a peak of over 100,000 players.
Yeah.
Which is even higher than it was when it launched and it hit its previous peak. And it kind of continued from there, and it's all thanks to the Fallout TV show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Huge, but it's so funny now. Like creators have learned that this is a boom, so all of a sudden they're doing every creator that you know of that's into games is like making Fallout lore. They're making Fallout like how-to guides. Pretty much every Instagram thing is now a comedy thing about Fallout. And also, they're kind of going pretty hard at Starfield. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, because Starfield, well, what was it? Fallout 76 hit like 100,000. Starfield on Steam was only like 5,000.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone dropped it. So, well, they already did drop it, but there's no one on it now.
Yeah, and they got this expansion coming out that no one's excited for.
I didn't even know it was out. Yeah, or on its way out.
Yeah.
Could not care less. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that it's kind of dead in the water. They made the game they wanted to make, but at the same time, it's just you have a bunch of these open world games that you could look somewhere and you can go there pretty well.
Yep.
And then you go into this space game where not so much the case.
Yeah. Oh, it's loading
Like, yeah, you
screens.
can explore these fast. You can go into these planets, choose like a drop-off point that's randomly generated or procedurally generated based off the planet, and go explore for a little bit. But with how many worlds they did, a lot of them were empty.
Yep. Or felt.
In comparison.
Yeah. Or they felt empty, or they felt fake. Felt like it was just
Yeah.
felt like they were trying to trick you after you did the main storylines. Yeah.
So that's where that one I feel like fails, but where the TV show kind of goes. Like, I wanted to watch the finale before we recorded this so we could do a full spoiler cast.
Yeah.
I already had the ending spoiled for me, so we can go ahead and do that if we want to do that on the extended.
Yeah, we might have to cut that a little close, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just kind of quick recap on like how did you like the ending?
Like I said, haven't watched it. I just got spoiled on what happens.
Okay, how do you like the idea of the ending?
I'm happy that they showed off the New Vegas strip.
Right.
For where it's gonna go for season 2, and it's already been confirmed.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I just saw this weird, crazy scene where the father just takes off in maybe like this power, like naked power suit looking thing. And I'm just like, he didn't go stay with his daughter. He just took off. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, do you want to hear the
Y-
semi edition?
Uh, do we want to try and postpone this to the extended, or do we want to start knocking her out now?
Let's try and knock it out now cuz
All right.
I still need to make dinner. Um yeah, so pretty much the ending of the show for, by the way, spoiler alert to anyone. Um pretty much if you knew that there was 3 vaults, 31 is it? 31,
Yeah,
yeah.
31, 32, and 33.
Yeah, 31 was a cryogenic vault which housed all the upper management of Vault Tech.
Oh,
Most of the people you saw in the previous, when like they keep jumping back and forth in the timeline before the war,
yeah.
a lot of them are there. A lot.
Is the ghoul's wife in there?
We don't know that yet. We're almost positive. Almost positive.
Oh,
Um, yeah, pretty much like everyone that you have heard of in the past when they're showing the past and they mention names and stuff like that, all of a sudden you start seeing their faces and you start realizing that's her. Like that's the raider chick that you think is a raider. That's the dad. The dad is like an intern at Vaultec and super big fan of the ghoul and all of his movies and stuff like that. Yeah, so pretty much Vault 31 was meant to elect an overseer. Um and it's always Vault-Tec higher management to make pretty much their idea was to make a whole vault full of really good managers that like are steering all these people towards being able to go out and lead afterwards. You find out that the ghoul, his wife, is kind of villainy. She's doing the best she can to make sure that her family gets into a good vault.
yeah. They allege that, which at the very like implicates there being bad vaults, which there are,
Yeah.
but
And
that's not displayed in the show. That's more just nerd lore that we already kind of possess.
yeah, well, in the finale, because I don't know if the chick gave him the listening device yet. Did you see that part?
Um,
There's like the
oh, I can't. You
communists.
mean that? Oh yeah, the spy on his wife, and he goes to throw it in the trash, and then he thinks of it.
Yeah, then he picks it out and he decides, okay, he's gonna put it into her Pip-Boy. Um,
Yeah, I think the last scene I saw was him putting it in the Pit Boy when it comes to that.
yeah, so he puts it in the Pip-Boy. Um, and he starts listening to her as he drops her off to work. Realizes inside Vault-Tec he can't hear from the parking lot, so he goes into her office. As he's waiting in the office for her to be done a meeting, it cuts to her in the meeting, and she's having a meeting with the military, with Robco, every single med tech, anyone that you've heard of, the companies are having a
Yeah,
meeting, and pretty much they're divvying up vaults to companies because they don't believe that Vault-Tech's way of doing a vault is going to make the best applicants to actually survive. So they all have different ideas of what they're going to do. Like one is the military is like, oh, we're going to do this like super soldier serum, which is the
yeah,
FEV. So yeah, like it kind of brings a bunch into them where they're like their whole idea of the social experiments are as they're trying to get research for control vaults to see what they can implement into control vaults to make sure that they're the best possible ones. And it's almost like putting a brand on it where like every company releases their own phone just to
yeah,
and like try and beat it, so to get ahead of the rush. So it's like they're all trying to make the best vault dwellers, so when they come up it's like, okay, so Robco's vault dwellers are the best. So they rebuild in Rob Coe's image, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much he hears his wife pretty much say, yep, that's good ideas. That's good ideas. Then they start talking about the fact that peace talks are happening. And she says, that won't be a problem because we're just going to drop the bomb ourselves. And as soon as he hears that, it's one of those moments where it's like he's underwater, the ghoul, as he's listening to it. And at that same time, the intern that really wanted to meet him is Lucy's father. And it's all starting to like click for the viewer at the same time as it's clicking for the ghoul. Really well executed. Yeah, bunch. Yeah, it's just so interesting that way. They talk about, they have some lore of vaults that have already happened and then some that haven't. And then if you cut to the present in the Fallout, pretty much huge battle scene between the Brotherhood,
The Enclave?
no, the
Raiders?
Yeah, the Raider chick. Where Lucy goes, she finds out everything. Her father nuked Shady Sands, which kind of like set a timeline for it that some people disagree with. Pretty much he nukes Shady Sands because her mother found out what was happening, tried to take Lucy away. So he turned her mother into a ghoul. She's sitting there in the chair, decrepit, doesn't know who she is. Apparently she was friends with the lead Raider chick. Yeah, so big fight breaks out, bunch of people die, pretty much everyone dies. Titus gets hit on the head. He's out of his power armor. Father hops into the power armor. Ghoul comes out, recognizes him because the daughter did say her last name really early on in the show.
Yeah.
And if you wound back like I did, you can actually see that like that's way bigger to him.
Yeah, I recognize that it meant something to him. I'm like, really?
Yeah, because he's like, what do you mean? So yeah, that all kind of makes sense there. So he recognized that that was the guy that like was alive before then, and once he sees him, shoots him, and then lets him run away. And the whole thing is, you're letting him run away because it's easier to like track a stuck pig than it is to try and get answers out of a dead man or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much the whole setup for the second season is the ghoul and Lucy are on their way to track down their father into New Vegas, trying to understand what's going on, what's been made of everything. In my personal opinion, Titus wakes up after being knocked out and he's looking for Lucy, but he's also made into a knight right then and there. They also that whole power technology, that was the thing in his head, cold fusion power. They turned on all the power everywhere because it's apparently like that was one of the things Vault-Tec stowed away. Which was brought up actually when she was giving the listening device to the ghoul.
Okay.
Yeah, she talks about how her research was taken by Vault-Tec. They're buying up all research that would stop the war, which one of those is cold fusion or fission, whatever, which would make the energy crisis that everyone's having disappear. So, but also Vault-Tec put it on ice just in case they would ever need to use it themselves. Anyways, that holds on. All the power is happening. Personal opinion, Titus wakes up, sees that Lucy abandoned him. I think he's going to go super into the Brotherhood of Steel and not so much be her friend anymore, or think that she's been kidnapped and try and kill the ghoul as she's working together with the ghoul. Kind of think that's going to happen in season 2. But yeah.
I'm curious because the problem with New Vegas is that it had like 5 different endings,
True.
and this takes place after.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what they canonize and what they don't.
Yeah. What the true ending was.
Yeah. Have you ever played New Vegas?
I played it twice. Each time I went into Deathclaw Valley or something like that. No, first time I went to Deathclaw Valley, got killed immediately, got pissed off, undownload it. Second time, started one of those DLCs that you can't leave, and
Yeah.
everything was level 100 and I was level 2. Pissed off, deleted it. So yeah. I know it's an amazing
Okay.
game. Never gave it its chance.
Yeah. So how it's kind of phrased is, so Fallout 3 is what revolutionized Fallout. Fallout New Vegas is the best Fallout story. Fallout 4 was the best graphically, and 76 is 76. Is how people phrase it.
Yeah. It's that weird cousin that keeps showing up. Yeah.
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 It's like, I imagine it's how people that played World of Warcraft, or not, I mean, people that played Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, and then World of Warcraft came out, and they're kind of like, what's this?
Yeah, you're either into it or you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense. That actually is kind of the stuff that I'm dealing with right now with it. Where it's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you've been at least getting a kick out of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's been nice having something like that consistently to play with you, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's so weird playing in the I keep saying in the AM. Feels like it's in the AM for me when it's like 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does 9 o'clock feel like for you?
Still pretty good. I'm only on day 4, by the way, people. Yeah, I'm still having a lot of issues getting to bed. Not gonna lie, hopefully no one hears this that matters. First day, I just decided the night before I got smashed on White Claw because I needed to pass out, and I was not, because I told myself also that like the 4 days I had, I'm gonna change my sleep schedule.
And you didn't.
I got worse. Like I was like up till 4 a.m. I was just like, yeah. So yeah, no, I got pretty smashed, passed out, woke up, had a headache, took Tylenol, did it.
Yeah, and then there's me. I got the one D&D thing that goes to like 11 typically on Wednesdays, and then other than that, it's, usually in bed by now. Or I start thinking about going to bed, maybe 10 at the latest. And then yesterday, I was just feeling so rough. I laid down at like 6:30.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, I woke up and it was like 11:30. I'm like, oh, it's not even tomorrow yet. It's the same day.
Yeah.
And so then I was up for like 3 hours before I got like an additional 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still felt more rested today from that than I have in a while.
See, yeah, that's the problem I have because it actually happened yesterday to me too. Got home, passed out, woke up at 10:30. And then you're like kind of like, well, technically that was like 4 hours. So if I only get 4 hours tonight, that's an 8 hours restful sleep. Doesn't work. Doesn't work that way. But
Is that what you tried?
yeah, I know. I tried actually going to bed. It didn't work. I was kind of just tossing and turning all night. Then the alarm went off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm used to going into work.
Have you tried picking up any melatonin or anything like that to help you adjust?
I have tried that when I was young, and well, for perspective, right now my alarm sound is pretty much it's my home alarm system going off.
Yeah.
So I wake up in a panic. But that's the only thing that gets me up right now. Ha. Don't clip that.
You're the one that'd be clipping
I know, I just thought of that too. But anyways, yeah, that's the only thing that wakes me up is that sound. So like I feel like if I had melatonin in that, I'm done for. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for listening to this broadcast of On the Rewind. You can listen to it not live, but it's broadcast edition at Amherst Island Radio 101.3 FM or anywhere else that you listen to podcasts online, we're going to be there. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks for listening to On the Rewind.